Hi, welcome back to our video series on kayaking 140 miles on the Missinaibi River in northern Ontario. Today we'll start our travels at our unnamed campground and end 22 miles later at Two Portage Falls. So enjoy the show and hope you learned something. I hope you're enjoying the footage I've been sharing with you to date. Few North American rivers have the mystique and history that the Missinaibi does. Missinaibi River trip 2013. This river defines the shortest path between Lake Superior and James Bay. This morning was no different than others on the river in that we woke up with the sun and began our routine. You hear one person rustling around, and if you don't get up then, you know they will be having hot coffee or tea before you are. So you roll up your sleeping bag, deflate your sleeping pad, change into your river clothes for the day, climb out of your tent, get your stove fired up, warming some water, then pack up your tent and begin to make breakfast. I thought it was fun using the deck of my kayak as a bathroom vanity to get ready every morning. Brushing my teeth, putting my contact lenses in, trying to avoid dirt in my eye. All the while, the old snobby was flowing over the rocks nearby. By the time I was ready, so was my coffee. Soon after we packed up from breakfast, we were ready for our 35-kilometer paddle. We put on our life jackets and skirts and headed down to the river. If you are researching this river, you may not find many other kayak trip videos. Most people take canoes as the Indians did for hundreds of years. We enjoy kayaking, and we believe we can take more whitewater runs than canoeists. However, we do have to manage our gear a little bit more as we have less storage space than canoes. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 8 days can get pretty bulky, let alone tents, stoves, sleeping bag, and clothing. It was a beautiful morning, and we were excited to be on vacation. The air was cool, the sky was clear, and we were miles from anywhere. We saw nighthawks high in the sky. As we paddled by some trees, we flushed out a large owl and it flew downriver in front of us. It was too quick to tell if it was a barred or a horned owl. It was odd to see belted kingfishers fly in front of us making no noise at all. Usually they make their mechanical rattles in response to the slightest disturbance. I chalked it up to them knowing we came in peace. We passed some big trees tossed high upon a rock. More proof of the 100-year high flood and turbulent spring thaw. Occasionally someone yells, "Rack 'em up, boys!" This means we all join up and take time to grab a granola bar or a drink. This is when we really notice how quiet the woods are. We saw some waterfowl and a gorgeous bald eagle in the morning sun. We ended up chasing this particular eagle from tree to tree down the river for about 30 minutes. About 7 kilometers after our departure, we came to our first rapids. Just an enjoyable Class 1 bubbling around sides of a small island in the middle of the river. We chose to follow the left side around. Before we knew it, we had covered some 20-plus kilometers and were approaching an old logging road bridge. This was the second bridge we had encountered, as the first was the train bridge back in Peterbell Marsh. You can see some giant red iron buttresses that protect the bridge structure from massive force of logs and ice in the spring. We noticed that one buttress was missing and that the bridge had sustained some pretty decent damage. It was nice to get out and walk around after sitting in the boat for such a long stretch. To view all the logs from the top was quite impressive. We hit the river again and looked back at the logs piled up. We could only imagine the force of ice and wood through here in the springtime. About 8 short kilometers downriver, we reached Two Portage Falls, a beautiful location. It was a great place to swim, bathe, take pictures, shoot some great video. Take a look. The roar of the water, the sun shining on the brown water full of tannins. The guys went up to check it out, and of course I was trying to capture everything. Beautiful site, and we got to set up camp here. 3 tents and a hammock fit nicely atop the hill at the campsite. There was plenty of firewood available, we had a fire going in no time, and soon we each had things to occupy our time.
Good. Yeah, so we had the afternoon to, make some things. I just made a tomahawk here for taco. We're going to call this a taco-hawk. Let me check out your handiwork there. Sweet stone, man.
When we were all cooking dinner, our campsite kind of looked like a yard sale. Sheesh, that's a lot of gear. The sun was going down, we played some pretty competitive rounds of euchre. This is what it was all about, spending quality time with friends in the middle of nowhere, with not a care in the world. No thoughts of work, bills, or chores. Aaron even surprised us with a great dessert.
I said that to my kids.
Aaron Lee, what'd you cook us?
I made us a blueberry cheesecake, mountain house style.
That's what I'm talking about.
Blueberry cheesecake in the woods on day 6. On the old snobby. We played a ton of euchre, even used our headlamps to see because we were having so much fun. Then all at once the mosquitoes came out and it started to sprinkle, so we called it a night. Tune in next time when we'll enjoy the excitement of running Two Portage Falls. That was a crazy experience. And I'll tell you the story about when 2 moose came into camp in the middle of the night. So also, if you like these videos, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. That way you'll get to see all my other adventures, like through Africa or Iceland. Again, thanks for watching.